Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this episode, we'll talk about seed saving. This is just the way you save seeds from your garden so that you don't keep buying seeds every other season. So I'll take you across my garden for the plants that I'm saving the seeds so that we see how to do it. I'll start with this one. This is a spider plant. Locally it's called saga. So when you grow yours, you just let it go to seed, you let the pods form and let them mature totally until they dry when they are still on the plant. So like these ones are already mature but they are not dry, so you let them dry completely and then that's when you harvest them and remove the seeds. That way you're sure that the seeds are viable, they'll germinate in the next season. So we check another plant, and here we have an onion. This is an onion. This is an onion plant. So you have to let it go to flower. It flowers. The flowers look like this, but the seeds are not yet ready. So for the flowering plant, you have to let this flower dry while it's still on the plant for it to be viable. So this one is not yet ready for harvesting. So I'll let this one totally dry. The next one is this is amaranthus. To save these seeds, you also have to let this one grow totally until it's dried, until it dries here. Mostly this one will drop seeds in the garden, but you can harvest them and save them when they are mature and dry. The other flowering plant is this one. This is lettuce. Actually, these ones are ready. So what I do, I usually come and pick them from here because all these pods are seeds and I don't want to bring down the whole plant before it's totally ready. So I just remove these ones. When they are open like this, it means they are ready. And if you leave them, because they are very light, they'll just fly away and they'll fall and reseed in the next season. So you just remove them gently. Yeah, so once you remove them like this, you have to break them down. So these are seeds. Each one of these is a new plant. You can see some are flying away. Yeah, so that's how you harvest your seeds. So let's now go inside and see how to store these seeds so that they can stay for at least 2 years before you plant them next time. So once you harvest the seeds from outside, you make sure they are totally dry, like these ones are dry. So you remove the seeds from the pods. Like this. Also, this is what you have for lettuce. You can blow away the light ones, or you soak them in water. I actually don't do that until it's time to plant. And then when they are dry like this, I store them in these aluminum bags because they are waterproof and you don't want any moisture in your seeds. So they are totally dry. You put them inside here and you seal them. And actually you should label them, the dates, the kind of seeds and the date, so that you don't forget. So that's lettuce. This is dandelion. It also has similar seeds like those ones of lettuce. It's basically the same process. So you remove the seeds. It's quite involving. It's time consuming, but it's always worth it. So you have to rub them to get the feathery parts to fly away, and then you have the seeds. So once you have this, the process is the same. You also save them in the aluminum container, or you can actually use plastic bags. The plastic bags will make sure that they don't have any water, so they'll stay safe. The next seeds are for beans and peas. You let them dry totally in the plant, then you remove the seeds and still store them in the same envelopes. This is basil. You also let them dry. These ones are not totally dry. I was tearing down my garden and so I brought these ones inside, but you let them dry like this. And what you do is you still repeat the same process. You have to remove the seeds. This is how the basil seeds will look like. These tiny black ones. So every of these pod has at least 4 seeds for each So you take your time and remove them like that. That's how they look like, and you still store them in these envelopes. So for these ones, I'll get a lot of seeds, but it will take some time for me to pull all of them out. Yeah, so next is these fleshy plants like peppers and tomatoes. So what you do with this, because they have flesh, once you harvest them, you need to harvest them when they are ripe. They are totally ripe. So you cut them, slice them like that. You can see the seeds are very fleshy. And these seeds, each of these seeds is covered by a membrane to protect the seeds. That's why when you see, if you feed your animals with these fruits, sometimes from the droppings the plants can grow. It's because the membrane protects the seeds from the digestive system of the animals, and the animals can actually distribute or broadcast the seeds for growth. They'll grow when you use that manure. So what I do is that I remove the seeds with a spoon like that. I scoop all of them out and put them in a container like this one. So you need to remove that membrane, you need to ferment these seeds. So what I do is add some water like that to cover the seeds completely, and let this one sit in my kitchen counter for about 2 days. So when it's after 2 days, I'll use a kitchen towel like this one and place it on a plate, remove the seeds after they ferment, and dry them in a kitchen towel. Once they are dry, the process of storage is the same. It's a similar process with the peppers. You can see the seeds. These ones are a bit dry. The membrane is not as fleshy as that one of tomatoes. You can actually use gloves if you don't like the heat of the peppers on your hands. So you remove the seeds. Like that. Still add some water and let that membrane ferment for 2 days, and still repeat the same process. Dry them in a sheet of paper and then store them in. You can store with these are Ziploc envelopes, or you can use a container, airtight container, or you can use a polythene bag. Any of the 3 that works for you will be good. And that's it for this video. Be sure to try some of these methods to save your seeds so that you don't keep buying seeds every time. Thank you so much for watching this video. We upload videos weekly. Be sure to subscribe to this channel for more of this kind of videos. Always remember, if you have a vision, add some passion. Goodbye.